Hello, welcome to Gurukul's CAT 100 series, a series that's designed specifically to take you from your study room to the corporate boardroom. I am Prady Sharma and this is Verbal Mastery with Prady.
Alright guys, so welcome back to another exciting video on the Verbal Mastery with Prady, a course that's been specifically designed for you to get you from your study room to the corporate boardroom. This is a 100-day test series powered by the Gurukul. Now, we have another nice passage with us. In case you want to take this passage as a test, then all you gotta do is go to www.gurukul.org.in, okay, and sign up for our 100 days to CAT test series. This is obviously completely free for you people. Okay, you can practice one test of quant, LRDI and verbal ability every day. This has been designed to keep you consistent with your CAT 2025 practice and crack it. Okay, in case you want to solve this together, then all you've got to do is follow this video. Okay, we're going to pause and we're going to go a little into the passage. We're going to pause again and then you're going to read the passage and then we'll go into the questions where you're going to answer 4 nice CAT level questions. And once you're done with that and you've commented all your answers, then we're going to go into the passage and explain it. So this is your first paragraph of the passage. Read this for 1 minute, pause the video here, jot down important points and then we'll go to the second paragraph. Okay, so this is your second paragraph, pause the video here, jot down important points, then we'll go into the third paragraph. This is your third paragraph, pause the video here, jot down important points and then we'll get into the questions. Now, this is your question number 1. Pause the video here, take 1 minute, comment down your answers and then we'll go into the second question. This is question number 2. Pause the video here, answer this question, take only 1 minute, no cheating guys, comment down your answers and then we're gonna get into the question number 3. Okay, so this is question number 3 guys. Take 1 minute, answer this question, comment down your answers and then we'll go into the question number 4, which is the last question of this passage. Alright guys, so the last question of this passage, question number 4, nice question, very good question. Take 1.5 minutes, but no cheating guys, put on your timers, comment down your answers. Then we'll get into the passage explanation and the questions explanations. Let's see how many questions you've gotten correct. Okay, so the passage says, excess inventory, a massive problem for many businesses, has several causes, some of which are unavoidable. What do I get from this? I get that excess inventory is a problem and it's unavoidable. Okay, overstocks may accumulate through production overruns or certain styles and colors prove unpopular. So there are 2 reasons for why we get excess inventory. One is that there could be production overruns. Okay, that's one. And the second reason is that some colors or some products, alright, are unpopular. So they get left out. Right, so these are the 2 ideas we get. So with some products, okay, what kind of products? Computers and software, toys, books, these kind of products, last year's models are difficult to move even at huge discounts. That means even if you give a lot of discount, okay, even if you give huge discounts, then the last year's model still will not go. Okay, why? Occasionally, because the competition introduces a better product, that means some other company brings up a nicer product, a better product than this. But in many cases, the public's buying taste simply change. Okay, so the kind of products that the public want, they have changed. So they don't like these products anymore. Okay, now what happens? This leaves the manufacturer or the distributor with thousands or millions of items that fickle public no longer wants. Okay, now what does this mean? This word fickle means someone who changes their mind very frequently. Okay, someone who changes their mind frequently. If you know the synonym to this word, synonym to the word fickle, comment it down in the comment box. Now, so what's happening? Most of the time these fickle public are changing their opinions, so these products are getting left out. So let's go into the second paragraph. One common way to dispose of this merchandise is to sell it to a liquidator. Okay, so there are people called as liquidators, and now we are getting ways to get rid of excess inventory, right? So one is sell it to a liquidator. But the problem what's happening over here is that this liquidator who buys cheaply as possible and then resells the merchandise through catalogs, discount stores and other outlets. However, liquidators may pay less for the merchandise than it costs to make it. Okay, so the problem with selling it to the liquidator is that pays less than the cost price of the product. Okay, another way to dispose of excess inventory is to dump it. So just plain old throwing it off. Okay, now what is the problem or what is the advantage of dumping? Let's see it. The corporation takes a straight cost write-off on its taxes and hauls the merchandise to a landfill. So the advantage is that you get a tax write-off. That means you get a tax exemption. Okay, although it's hard to believe, there's a sort of convoluted logic to this approach. What is that confusing logic? Nothing. You get a tax write-off. Okay, it's perfectly legal. It requires little time of preparation on the company's part, and first, majorly, it solves the problem very quickly. Yes, but there's a drawback. Okay, there's a disadvantage. So what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage over here is the remote possibility, that means the very small possibility of getting caught by the news media. If you get caught by the news media, what will happen? You will get bad PR. Okay, so here you have the disadvantages, news media getting to know about it. Right, so what will happen? Imagine this, children living in poverty are freezing. Okay, children who are very poor, they're freezing. And XYZ company has just sent 500 new snowsuits to the local dump. Okay, so think about how bad the public relations will be for that company. They'll lose their brand value. People will stop trusting them. Another example, parents of young children are barely getting by. That means they don't have enough money for themselves. They don't have enough money to care for the children. And QRS company dumps 1,000 cases of disposable diapers because they have small imperfections. For slight imperfections, they're dumping it, and these parents are actually not having enough money to get by at all. So that is a major issue, right? Okay, so that kind of a bad PR is why they might not want to do it. Okay, the third one, okay, so the managers of these companies are not deliberately wasteful. They just don't, they're not like, I want to waste it. That's not their motive. They're simply unaware of all their alternatives. Okay, in 1976, the IRS provided a tangible incentive. Okay, so an incentive that is actually realizable for businesses to contribute to their products to the charity. Okay, so the third way in which you can get rid of all of this is by giving it to charity. Now, what's the benefit or what's the loss? The new tax law allowed corporations to deduct the cost of the product donated plus half the difference between cost and fair market selling price. So imagine that the cost price is 100 and you're selling it in the market for 300. So half of which is 200, right? So you can get up to 100 plus 200 off as your tax, with the provision that deductions cannot exceed twice the cost, which means I cannot now add 200 because that's more than twice the cost. Maybe of this 200 I can add 99. That's still good, no? Instead of just getting 100 for dumping, I'm getting 199 for giving it away. So I'm getting positive PR while also, if the media gets to know, I'll get positive PR while also get some benefit, right? Okay, thus the federal government sanctions indeed encourages an above cost federal tax deduction for companies that donate inventory to charity. So again, he's saying that above the cost federal tax deductions are being given just for companies who are donating it to the charity. Now that we've understood the passage, let's quickly get into the questions and answer them. First question, the passage is primarily concerned with. So what is the passage concerned with? First things first, pointing out a problem, yes. he has talked about excess inventory, but this is not all that he has done. So this will be a partial scope choice, right? So I can eliminate this. Okay, criticizing a particular course of action errors again. Okay, he has done this, but this is still a partial scope choice. What are these course of action errors that he has talked about? When we are dumping, right, the news media getting to know about it and all he spoke about, but this is a very partial thing. That's not the primary concern of the passage, right? Now, discuss possible responses to a problem. Yes, the problem is excess inventory. He has given 3 possible responses to it. So this is broad enough for us to consider. Analyzing the causes of repeated occurrence. Now see, nowhere has he analyzed why excess inventory is happening again and again and again, right? He just gave possible reasons for it, correct? So the correct answer for this will be option C. Now let's go to the second question. It can be inferred from the passage that manufacturers would be most likely to avoid using a liquidator to dispose excess inventory for which of the following reasons. So why will the manufacturers not want to use a liquidator? Okay, using a liquidator has questionable legal status. See, again, about this legal status and all, he has not mentioned in the passage, so you can remove it. Using a liquidator requires costly preparation on the part of the manufacturer. No, it's the same cost, right? So again, this can be removed. Having the products appear in discount outlets can damage the manufacturer's public image. This, we cannot directly infer this from the passage, right? We are not sure if this is what would happen. So I can remove this. The liquidator often pays less for the inventory than the manufacturer spends to produce it. Obviously, he is buying it less than cost price, no? So this should be our correct answer. Let's go to the third question. The passage provides information that supports which of the following statements? Option 1. Excess inventory results most often from insufficient market analysis. Now see, he's asking the information in the passage supports which of these statements. I have nowhere seen about insufficient market analysis in the passage. So obviously A is not going to be my answer. Products with slight manufacturing defects may contribute to excess inventory. Yes, this has been told to us. Yeah, why QRS company discarded 1,000 diapers? No, because of slight defects. No, slight defects. So this has been told. So this may be our answer. Few manufacturers have taken advantage of the changes in the federal tax law. See again, he told that there is an advantage for manufacturers. He's nowhere told us that few people have taken it. So this cannot be inferred. Manufacturers who dump their excess inventory are often caught and exposed by the news media. Again, he said that if you get caught, you'll have negative PR. He never said that they are often caught. So this also cannot be understood. So the answer should be B. Now, let's go to the fourth question. Information in the passage suggests that which of the following, if true, so which of these, if it is true, would make donating excess inventory to charity, okay, less attractive to manufacturers than dumping. Okay, that means in which case do I have to take dumping is better than charity? That is what he is asking. Okay, so the fair market value of an item in excess inventory is 1.5 times its cost. Again, let's say that the cost is 100. The fair market value is 150. Okay, now I can take something in between this. Okay, so let me say I'm taking only 80 rupees. I'm not even going for 120 and all. From all of this, I'm just getting 80 rupees. Okay, so I have 100 rupees as my cost price and 80 rupees, 180 rupees I'm saving. In this case, I'm gaining money, no? Yes, so why would I want to dump a product, okay, and just take what is at cost than gaining this extra 80 rupees? So this will not be my answer. Okay, this is a condition that we are looking for. Okay, So our condition is that we need to make dumping better than charity. But look at option C now. No straight cost tax benefit can be claimed for items that are dumped. If I cannot claim any benefit from dumping, why will that be better than charity? I'd rather do charity, no? One thing is maybe I'll get some good PR. Other thing is maybe I'll get some tax write-off, right? So definitely not this either. What about here? The news media gave manufacturers charitable contributions the same amount of coverage that they give dumping. If they give me good coverage for me giving charity, my brand value will increase. So charity is way better than dumping. So obviously this condition is not being satisfied. I can remove this. The costs of getting the inventory to charitable destination are greater than the above cost tax deduction. Now, this above cost tax deduction is what I get, okay, for giving to charity. Let's say I get 180 rupees because I give to charity. Now, to get it till charity, if it takes me 200 rupees, in this whole transaction, I am losing 20 rupees, right? So this is one reason why I might not want to go to charity, correct? So this will be my correct answer. So the right answer will be option A. So I hope you learned something. Comment down below how many questions you've got correct and tell me if you got the fourth one correct. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed learning from today's session.
This series is designed to help you with your CAT preparation and practice daily. We are with you in this journey.
To watch the next video, click here. And to watch Gurukul's CAT 100 series, study room to boardroom, the entire playlist, click here.
If you learned from today's session, like, share
Sabarakai,
and subscribe.